Welcome to CWHipHop, your home for Wisconsin hip hop. I'm your host, DJ Credit Union this week, filling in for DJ Bank, but we do have an interview still with Elusive Eagle, owner of Elusive 47 Entertainment. So why don't you go ahead, shout out your socials at the top here. Where can everybody follow you? What do you do?
You can find me on Facebook at Elusive Eagle or Elusive 47 Entertainment for the business page. Instagram, TikTok, Elusive_Eagle. YouTube, where I have all the videos, everything, Elusive 47 Entertainment. And on Spotify, where I have all of my beats and a few songs I'm featured in under Elusive Eagle.
Yeah, you got quite a few beats up on Spotify, so we're definitely going to be talking about those in a little bit here. But yeah, make sure you go drop him a follow. We'll have him tagged on all of our posts as well. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram at BVNC925. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram at CWHipHop. Appreciate everybody over there. We are going to be going into a great interview here with Elusive, but we first got a couple of announcements we want to let you know about. We have, first off, Reverb Music Festival in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. They're going to be promoting their 2-day event with CWHipHop here. It's going to be Friday, August 16th and Saturday, August 17th. Friday is going to be having some major hip-hop headliners like T.I., Trick Daddy, Twista, Young Jock, Mike Jones, and Bubba Sparks. They are also going to have Saturday some major some major pop-punk and alternative rock headliners like Yellow Card, Story of the Year, Hawthorne Heights, and more. They're going to be having 2-day and single-day passes available, as well as some camping options. Make sure you check out their website, reverbwi.com. That's REVERBWI.com to find more information about that. But we want to thank our sponsor as well, Elusive 47 here, Elusive 47 Entertainment. He has all of your media needs, including photography, videography, digital editing, artists, cover arts, custom social media promotions, beat productions, and much more. You can follow him right now on Instagram at Elusive_Eagle and check him out on YouTube at Elusive 47 Entertainment. He's got a lot going on over there, so definitely check out his work. We have our Patreon listeners here. We want to thank for helping make this interview possible. We have Tracy Jankowski. If you want to join her, you'll get a 10% discount on our shop. We'll also shout out your name on our website and her live DJ every week. Go to patreon.com/CWHH to join today. We do have a question for our IGTV chat right above us here. As you guys can see, we go live every Sunday at 5 p.m. So make sure you guys join in here. If you're watching back on a recording of this, put it in the comments as well. Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever you're watching this. We do appreciate all the engagement there. But this week's question is, how many concerts have you been to this year? Let us know. We're going to get your answers written down here. We'll be doing a couple more announcements and then read off what we had in the live DJ as well. But next sponsors we want to thank here, we have Chop Shop Barbershop down in Plover, Wisconsin. Make sure you guys stop by there for a unique experience while getting a fresh haircut. If you ever make a mistake, such as myself, cutting your own hair, you can go get it fixed over at the Chop Shop Barbershop. Unfortunately, I could not. It was over the weekend, so I didn't want to wait, so we're starting new things off over here. But we do appreciate our sponsor there, so make sure you stop by to get a unique experience while getting a fresh haircut. You can schedule your next appointment at the Garage Theme Barbershop in Plover with a link on our homepage at CWHipHop.com, and follow them on Instagram at Our Chop Shop Barbershop and tell them CWHipHop sent you to get the best experience there. Also, thank you to our sponsor, Halliewood Entertainment down in Milwaukee. They help with many different forms of art in the city, from movies, music, live events, and much more. They are having their fall Gem Fest that is going on. You can find more information on our website, CWHipHop.com/concerts, or you can check out Jam Fest on Instagram. They got some information on there as well. Also, thank you to Garke Global. He has all of your media needs covered, from custom graphics, new logos, cover arts, photography, videography, music videos, drone footage, and much more. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel and his Instagram page at Garke Global. That's GARKE Global. Also, Halliewood Recording Company. They have built a premier recording studio in Chippewa Valley. It's about 10 minutes north of Eau Claire. Their slogan is small town, big sound, and they definitely do deliver on that. He worked on my project. I definitely will be going back for my next work, and I recommend him to you as well. If you don't want to go to the studio over in Eau Claire, that's great. He can actually work in over the internet as well. So just hit him up on Instagram at Halliewood Recording Company. That's HALLIE Wood Recording Company, and let him know CWHipHop sent you, so he knows his ad is getting in front of the right people here. We do have some new artists to the station. We played them on the live DJ, but we have Vester from Milwaukee, EricWithTheGlockInHisSock from Milwaukee as well, back on the station here. Make sure you check them out. We have all of our artists that we played on the live DJ on our website, CWHipHop.com/artists, to find all of those links to their music, links to their social medias, a picture of them as an artist, so you guys can put a face to the name. We do have our new music post in Wisconsin coming out tomorrow, Monday. We update our playlist every Tuesday, so if you want to get added to that, you just have to make hip hop in Wisconsin, DM us on Instagram, or fill out the form at the bottom of our website, CWHipHop.com, and just scroll to the bottom. You'll find the form there. Fill it out, send it in, we'll get you added. We have Vester, though, with I Don't Know You. That is out now. David Lopez with Primetime. Bluejacket with Too Much. Those are all out right now. SB Stevie with Say Less, that's coming out on the 30th of July. And we have Jacob Schultz with Behind Screens coming out on the 9th of August. You guys can check those out, like I said, tomorrow when we update our post, and just DM us if you want to get added to that. Next interview is going to be with Big Fat Tony coming in August 11th. We do have a couple of concerts we want to let you know about, so make sure you go to CWHipHop.com/concerts for those. But this one here, we have Friday, August 16th at 7 p.m. The second annual Emmett James Big Band Barbecue is going to be back. They're going to be having Emmett James and the Lemon Pepper Steppers. They're going to be having their show down in Milwaukee. It's going to be an 18+ event. Free admission though. If you want to find out where that show is at, go to CWHipHop.com/concerts to find the Google Maps link there. But that's all we got for announcements. I don't think I saw any answers here in the chat for the question here, so we'll go over this real quick. This week's question though was, how many concerts have you been to this year? Starting off here with the chat, we had J Chopped with 0, Sad Boy Trell with 0. Appreciate them answering though and being honest with it. You know, halfway through the year you can still get to a show, even if you yourself are at 0. Definitely try to make it out to one of those. Check out our website if you want to try and find one in your area. We have Sub Music Boss with 2, Dustin Warbear blowing us all out of the water with 20. He's been going crazy out of state and all that too, so he's putting in the work. We have Cookies and Cream. Cookies has gone to 1, Cream has gone to 5 so far this year. Elusive, how many have you been to this year?
7.
7-ish. Okay, that's respectable. I mean, that's quite a few more than me. I'm at 2 right now, so I mean, yeah, I mean, where have you all been? I mean, out of state, Nebraska, you just got back from, right?
Yeah, we just got back from Nebraska. I've been rolling around with Ace Wild and Dustin Warbear quite a bit. They played out at the Four Winds Festival. There was over 50 artists there. It was a 3-day thing. King ISO ended up closing out the weekend. Tabo, Matt Phoenix. It was a great show. 50 Cal went out there too with them, so they played some their tracks off Cemetery Wind.
Nice.
So
yeah, saw 50 was out there. That was cool.
Yeah, it was good to have them all together on stage, and they put on a great show. That's for sure.
Nice. Well, that was awesome. You got to make that. I guess we were talking about this on the live DJ a little bit, but I think it'd be good to recap on the pod here. What have you kind of seen as like doors being open, going to some of these concerts, just making an appearance at some local shows?
First thing is, you never know who's at the show. I mean, there could be somebody there who's a more experienced music producer than you've ever met in your life, or there could be somebody there who can introduce 5 new fans, who can introduce 5 more fans. I mean, the potential is limitless when it comes to, going to shows. You network with anybody that you can. I found the more open you are in this, the more chances you got to advance. The more you learn, you find new ideas. That's the biggest thing, is coming up with new ideas. Everybody's trying to be cutting edge and come out with the new thing, the next viral sound, or the next new genre. And that's really hard to do, just sitting in your basement by yourself, ignoring everybody else who's trying to do the same thing. To realize there's a lot of other people out there that maybe not have the exact same story, but they got the same goal, same mentality, and you don't find them unless you go out to these shows.
Yeah,
so
the networking, and you're finding people who are like-minded to you almost.
Yeah, and
they're going to events like
that's
this.
The biggest thing is, you're more than likely not going to find somebody who is not into some sort of music. They're
probably a fan of hip-hop,
right,
just like you.
or some facet of it, whether it's the beats, or they just like instruments, or they just like, whatever. They're interested in some kind of way.
Yeah.
So that's already a start. They've got some kind of mentality and connection to what you do. So put those together, and got this guy with an idea and this guy with an idea, and hey, you got an even better idea now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 2 heads are better than one, that's for sure. So, I definitely think if you haven't been to a concert yet this year, definitely try to make it out to one. They're a great opportunity to network, and that's what this is all about, just, growing out, having a good community with it all. So I definitely think that's a good way to meet those like-minded individuals. But that's all we got for announcements here. Appreciate everybody who did put their answers in the chat. Like I said, next week we'll be back with another question, so join us live on Instagram. Sunday at 5 p.m. we'll be here. But that means we are ready for the interview. Are you ready for the interview, Lucy?
I am ready.
All right. Well, welcome to the CWHipHop studio. This is our 3rd or 4th spot at the moment. First time being in here for you, so appreciate you making the drive. How's your drive from Tomahawk?
It wasn't. Actually, the Sunday traffic was kind of crappy.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Heading south. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about it too, but no, it wasn't too bad though.
Yeah,
usually it doesn't start getting bad till south of here anyway.
Right.
So
Honestly, though.
That's where it all congests. Yeah. So I was all right.
So how you feeling coming into this interview? Is this your first in-person interview?
Yeah, pretty much, I guess.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah. So it's not really nervous, just unsure of really, you know.
Where it's gonna go?
Yeah.
Yeah. All
But
right.
I'm excited
It'll be
for
a
it.
good
I mean,
time.
this whole experience is one unsure. I don't know where the next day is going to take me. I've been loving every minute of where it has been, but it's just being putting in the work and staying focused. So
Hell yeah.
keep at it.
Well, we're gonna start off with one of the more important questions here, and that's how did you come up with your brand Elusive 47 and your name Elusive Eagle here?
So I should say before I started all of this, I am a huge gamer.
Okay.
I don't know. I have time now.
Yeah.
Still definitely all about my games. Got my Assassin's Creed over here.
All right.
So either way though,
Got the ink.
so Eagle's been a name of mine for quite some time. But I'm a huge fan of Hitman. And I was just thinking, writing, trying to figure out what sounded good, what flowed, what looked good. And I just happened to be playing Hitman, and then Diana said something about the Elusive Agent 47, and I'm like, Elusive 47, huh? Elusive 47 Entertainment. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go with Elusive 47 Entertainment, because Elusive Eagle also fits in with that.
Yeah.
So bam, and that's how it happened. So I can thank Hitman for that.
I've never played Hitman, but I've watched a lot of gameplay of it, just
Yeah.
whatever on YouTube. But okay, that's
So
it just
that's
clicked
where that
on
came.
all the
Yep,
time.
that's where that came from.
Nice. So if this is somebody's first introduction to you as an artist or a person within the scene here, how would you describe that, the art that you make or the role that you play?
Usually I just kind of sum it up as more of a, talent enhancement service. I don't look at it like I want to manage people, or I want to, I don't want to sit here and try and profit off of you. I want us to work together and take what I can do and help you get to the next step. I'm huge on seeing underdogs make it, and Wisconsin is full of them.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for some of them. Warbear, Dustin Warbear, Ace Wild. That first time I met them, their mentality and their grind, their dedication, everything that kind of sparked this whole thing. So I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for meeting them. And you just go with it. Kind of forgot where I was going.
Yeah. So I mean, introduction to you.
Anyways, I'm not trying to. I don't try to sit here and say, look, if I work with you, you're gonna do all this, make all this. I'll do photography, videography. I did a couple of music videos.
You're just showing me an unreleased one. Super.
Yeah, I just finished one for Ace, Warbear, and 50 off their Cemetery Wind for Come Find Me. I also did one for My Fight. I did one for Cookies and Cream and Warbear Circles. That one was really fun to do. I also do promotions. That's kind of what started this thing. Is I went to concerts. I just taking photos and stuff, and then I started making like little reels and stuff, just highlights. And then I started realizing, these artists who really didn't ask me to do any of this were like, hey, this is kind of cool, thanks. Can we share this? Like, yeah, absolutely. And so I started like, some of these people are putting all this time and they don't have time to make promotions and stuff. So I just take my footage and stuff that I did, make a little reel promotion for them, and just help them out, help them grow. And then I also do production. Like 10-15 years ago, I was pretty big into making music and singing and writing and all that. Life happened and I got sidetracked. So it was always something that I did and was interested in, and now it just was more fitting that I just brought it back in. So then I dropped, I think, 25 beats last month. I plan on doing another 25 this month, but I got a little delayed with all the travel and concerts.
I got another 25.
Yeah, I got most of them done. I just got to master some of them yet. But I've gone through at that show we were at in Nebraska, in Omaha. I took like 2,500 pictures, so I spent a good 2.5 days just going through editing. So.
Yeah.
And that's not definitely one thing I didn't take into account. Getting into all this is the time that goes into producing all this stuff. Editing videos, editing pictures, stuff like that, and so.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with what you got all going on. So,
but I try to make it all one total package, so to keep it a little easier.
Yeah, put a little bow to it all.
Yeah.
Not too ventured out, but it all kind
Right.
of intertwines and loops back together here. So, what year would you say that you started your music journey, and then who or what inspired you? I mean, you said 15 years ago or so.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
even going back that far.
I was probably, I mean, my whole life I've been just, music saved me several times. I was I grew up in 90s grunge kid, Korn, Nirvana, Slipknot, those were my go-tos. I was a troubled youth. I did not have a great childhood growing up, but it is what it is. But that's what I was into. So music was my thing. Me and my cousin wanted to start a band. First thing I learned to play was violin. But then I learned to play drums, and then he taught me guitar. So we had just drums, guitar, and we just screwed around, but didn't go anywhere. Fast forward, I was a teenager, met some guys from Milwaukee, and they were just obviously more influential scene down there, just anybody in the city compared to up here where we live. They were doing it, so it's like, hey, so we just kind of got together. I started making beats, and I wrote a lot anyways, so that was something that I did, and but it was more, they were from like straight out of from the city, and I'm not saying anything bad about it, but it just wasn't my style. Like, I was writing with them and singing with them, but it wasn't exactly the life I was living at that moment. So I'm the type of person where I'm not gonna write something that I'm not doing.
Not gonna
now that I've lived the life I've lived, though, I'm not 16, 17 years old and gone through everything I've gone through. I've got a little more area of things I can write about. But
so what was maybe your goal when you started, back then, or even just recently getting back into it?
I mean, back then it was more just one of those things that a kid wanted to do. I didn't have, a whole lot of direction in my life, so that was kind of where I put a lot of my focus, just trying to, do something with life, but it just wasn't clicking with everything I had going on. More recently, though, and why I've been more able to pull things off, I say, this time around is I've got full custody of my daughter. She's 5.
Nice.
And but before this all started, when I had left her mom, it was just a bad situation. She was trying to keep her from me. So I had no choice but to have my life 100%, because it's not easy for fathers in Wisconsin.
Kind of an uphill battle there.
Yeah. So I had made the decision, you got 2 choices. You can either quit or give up. They both suck and they both hurt. So obviously I wasn't gonna, quit and give up. Or did I say? You
said quit and give up.
Quit and give up. Keep going or give up.
Yeah.
But obviously I wasn't gonna give up. So, I kind of made the idea as I started just with pictures, just doing like brand promotion. I just found, there's just a little market, take pictures, do ads for companies, and they'll give you a commission or a discount on their stuff. And, I was making a few bucks here and there. And then I just randomly had gone to the show, and then everything kind of spiraled there. But that was my goal, was to, once I met Ace and Dustin and seen the work that they put in, and, how hard that they're going, and really don't have anybody helping them. They're just doing it on their own. It's like, I see the industry, and there's so many people out there that are just trying to take advantage of every person like that. There are so many people out there that are just, hey, give me this down and I can get you there, or I can do this for you. And it's like, I didn't grow up that way. I grew up helping people out. If I help 10 people make it big, I'm sure one of them are gonna, remember that, but that's not my intention. And, that's kind of where I started. It was like, these people need something like that, because that led me into a spot where I've worked with now strange music artists who have the ability to pay me, and, without me worrying about it. I don't feel bad about charging them anything.
Right.
But I don't want to charge these guys who are putting everything they got into it, because that's what they're doing. And, that's why I say collaboration and working together. I'm just as much into this as, they're in a different way, but I'm also trying to, I invest in people. That's the way I look at it, is, one day it'll pay off.
yeah, you never know who you help out, scratch your back, and then they make it wherever they're trying to go, and then they come back, scratch your back. Like, it's you really don't know until like the end of it, so you just keep putting that good energy out into there. Yeah,
and that's the thing too.
it's a great goal to do. Yeah,
It's sometimes it just takes that one little thing. Maybe that one little reel that I made for somebody just randomly that started to blow up turns into getting them some attention, and something that they wouldn't have had time to do or couldn't have done. So,
and the support role is really huge but missing. Like, there's not everybody wants to be a rapper. Like, let's be real. Well, everybody wants to be a big producer, a big DJ or whatever. But like that support role is just as key. That you're not the front and center person, but like it still needs to be filled to some degree. So that's cool that you recognize that.
I love it too.
Yeah,
and
I'm a huge part of it.
And like we had said before, I'm I wasn't a huge people person, so it's not like I'm out here trying to, oh, let me rap this track, let me do this, let me do that, let me get the spotlight from you. Like, no, let me help you keep your spotlight. Like, yeah, I can do some cool shit, everybody's gonna see what I can do, but they're gonna be focused on you, and that's, they'll see my stuff and focus on you, so that's fine with me. I don't need the spotlight, I don't really want it.
Yeah.
I just want to, I want to be able to take care of my daughter and give her the life that she deserves without worrying. That's all I want. That's my goal.
Yeah, it's a great goal. So going kind of back a little bit here, as you were growing up, what kind of music did you hear playing around you? Like specific bands or something that you said grunge and Nirvana, but like dive into it a little bit. I'm curious.
I mean, it was more, just like I can't think right now.
Sorry, put you on the spot.
Just like I said, a lot of grunge bands. I can't specifically think, just the 90s, early
Green
2000s. Yeah, Green Day. Actually, that was my very first concert.
Really?
Was Green Day.
Green Day.
I was what was I? I don't know, I was maybe first, second grade.
Damn.
But my cousin took me. It was Summerfest. They were playing at Summerfest. And she had me up in the pit, and I was so small, But there's this big old dude just going at it. And, I got stuck. He's pinning me between the barricade, and the bouncer dude pulls me out by my arms, and they saw me up they pulled me up on the stage. Like, yeah, this little dude, like they do with little kids that show up at shows now, like, this little dude rocks. But yeah,
that's awesome.
That was my first show.
Wow, what a first concert.
Yeah,
damn,
that was cool.
If you were to name your top 3 artists, any genre currently, who you put in there?
I would have to say Tech Nine, because he is very multi, and he's kind of what got me into rap. Method Man, it's very the old school.
Yeah, good pick.
And then I'd have to throw Korn in there.
Korn,
they're probably,
I haven't heard Korn in a minute.
They've been my probably go-to for dark moments my whole life.
Yeah.
But I mean, recently though, I've been digging on Rammstein again. Back in the day, I was a big Rammstein fan, but like them too. I just like the metal, the industrial.
Oh yeah.
You feel it. That's what I like. I like the music you can feel. That's why I love, producing music, getting into beats and stuff. You just
definitely
get your feels out. So
yeah. All right, so we're gonna look a little bit at your music career here, I should say. You got a few tracks out on Spotify here, so we're gonna start with May 8th, 2024 here. This year you released your first single beat to Spotify under the name Elusive Eagle, titled "Is This the Beginning or the End?" So how'd you decide what you were gonna title this project, and how'd you come up with the beat here?
It was kind of a 2-part thing. We kind of mentioned before, I kind of try to keep a variety. I don't just stick to making hip hop beats. I just kind of make whatever, I feel at the moment. When I made that, it kind of just gave me the vibe, like a good introduction or an ending, an outro to something. And then also it being my first released beat under my new title. Basically, it was kind of like, is this the beginning? Is this how it's gonna go? Is this the beginning of something good, or are we just gonna end right here? So it's kind of a 2-part thing. It could be used as an intro and outro, like take that quite literally, or metaphorically, like, is this the beginning of my career, or is this the end of my career? So it's kind of what we got there.
Yeah, I like that. So you released 2 beat albums on Spotify. The first was released May 10th, shortly after your first release there, and it was titled Elusive 47 Beats Volume 1. It has 10 instrumentals. The track lists include Choppa Strings, Coming For You, Here I Am, Conundrum, Know Thyself, Ponder This, Lil Trappy, Lift Me Up, Now It's Time, Heavy Feels. How would you describe the beats that you make?
That one's definitely more of a hip-hoppy R&B vibe, but it's kind of more of a thought depth, you know, more feely, you know, not very party vibey, just more like
in your emotions.
Yeah, more of a kind of emotional, you know, in your feels type vibes. I think one, Lil Trappy, so I named it Lil Trappy. It's just, it's more of just an upbeat going.
Pretty much in your face there. You can hard to miss
Yeah, but I think that's probably the most crazy one on there. The rest of them are, you know, there's a lot of strings. I know the very first instrument I learned was violin, so I've got a soft spot for strings. You know,
violin.
If you do it right and you use it at the right times, it's mint. But
yeah,
so I use a lot. There's probably a lot of strings on there. You know, and then that was mostly, you know, I was just getting it all out there. So long since I've been, you know, engineering anything and played with any type of music in any way. So
I would say, would you agree with this, more boom bap, or what kind of hip hop are you?
Yeah, not like, I wouldn't say super heavy rappy. Definitely not.
Okay. So can you walk us through how you start making a beat? You know, what kind of equipment are you using? Where do you find inspiration when you step up to it?
I use mostly my laptop. I got a keyboard plug-in, and that's about where I'm at right now.
Just the keyboard MIDI?
Yep.
Damn.
And then I use Mixcraft. So, I mean, I've got 1,200 instruments on there that I can, you know, work from, and all my other plugins and everying. So,
do you know the keyboard?
Yeah.
You do? Okay,
so
you can work your way around it? Okay.
I know it enough to make it work. I was never formally taught.
Okay.
But, so, I mean, it really just depends. Like, when I started, I just had so much. Like I said, it's been so long. I just kind of went through a loop library and found something that I just liked and built off of that. And I try to start with the drums, but sometimes I'll find just a simple melody, you know, just a nice whatever, or, you know, it's kind of, I don't really have a super set technique yet.
Okay.
You know, I've been trying to figure one out, but I've noticed that when I go at it that way, as opposed to just saying, I'm just gonna make something and see what happens, it's a lot better when I just go with it. So that's kind of
Have you ever seen those, like I think it's like a MIDI pad, or where you can like hit the button and
yeah.
Have you ever thought about getting one of those?
I did, but I've seen people use them, but it's like, you know, this works for me now. So once I get, you know, get bigger and got more time and a better setup, because I mean, right now I don't even really have, you know, a dedicated studio space that's specifically for just my setup. So I got to take my stuff down, you know, move it around. That's why I do most of my work off my laptop.
Laptop's the way to go at that point.
You know, so I can just whenever, wherever. So
nice. Yeah, I mean, being able to just go on the fly, it adds a little layer to it, versus like here I have this giant desktop. I pretty much have to come here to work, so it's not like I have the laptop and I tried to take it outside, but it's like it's a bit of a hassle to, like, you know, move stuff. Everything's on this computer, so having that freedom of a laptop. Have you ever taken it like out of your house to work on something, like you're on a trip or something, Nebraska maybe?
The
like, laptop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it goes everywhere with me. Except, well, I mean, if I'm just going down like Madison to shoot a show or something, but like
out of town kind of thing.
Yeah, if like I took it down with me to Nebraska, and then like when I was on my way home, I was on my bike, and luckily I thought ahead, and I had that and my camera wrapped up. I got caught in a freaking tsunami on my motorcycle, and I had that with me and my camera. So, but yeah.
All right, so then on June 2nd of this year, you released volume 2 of your Elusive 47 Beats. This one has 12 tracks, so 2 extra ones here. Track list includes She Said, Flashbacks, Deja Vu, Doing It, New Vibes, Let Me Go, Heavy Dreams, Shop Jam, Rain Day, Oddity, 608, 420, and Yeah, I Did It. Do you have a favorite instrumental that you've made from these 2 volumes?
Conundrum is at my top. I
Yeah.
think. So the 608 421, we were at one of the shows. I think the Mid City show,
Okay.
possibly. Maybe it was the ISO show. Either way, 608 Trace was down there and his crew, and
He's pretty good.
we
I like to.
we were talking about some of my beats and stuff, and one of his guys goes, "Hey, do you make reggae beats?" I'm like, "I do now." So that's where that one came from. 608 for the 420 crew.
Nice.
So that's a reggae beat that I made for them.
Yeah, that one stood out. One that was stood out to me was the Shop Jam.
Yeah.
That heavy guitar.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I was like,
that,
what is
that
this?
has that influence, that metal, that industrial influence to it. And that second one, that's where I kind of went a little more, experimental and just mixing a bunch of different things with them, just making different types. There's quite a few different sounds, I think, in that second one more than the first. So
I don't say you're all over the place. But
more
you're
of my
trying.
variety. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely liked a lot of them on here, but that Shop Jam, Rain Day too, that one kind of stood out to me here. So if somebody likes your beat that you've made, is there a way they could use your beat for a track, or how's that
Yeah,
go?
so the reason I did and the way I did this was mostly just to get out there. I mean, there's quite a few people that have instrumentals and stuff on Spotify that do really well, but I'm more just like, I'm new. Nobody knows who I am. So the more I got out, people hearing, the better. If there's anything, all these I sent, my first track I sent to probably 15 or so of the local artists, and told them all the same thing. They can use any one of these. They can download them. I sent them all just links.
Yeah.
But yeah, any of these are all, if you like them, you want to use them, email me, Elusive47ENT@gmail.
Elusive47ENT
at
gmail.com.
Okay. Yep. You can just email me or get a hold of me in any way, whichever works. And all those completely free use. I'm not, not charging any type of fees or anything. You can use it, keep whatever, do whatever you want with
That's
it.
awesome. Yeah, somebody just starting off.
All
that's
I
a
want,
great
all I
option.
want is just tag me as producer. That's it. It's the only thing I ask. So
The least you could ask. Yeah.
and that's just kind of my thing. And that's the thing with the photography and all this. Virtually everything I did 100% for free for almost that first year. It was just me going out and saying, "Hey, do you mind if I do this?" It started getting, after a few times, it got to the point where I'm just like, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm shooting a show tonight. So I'll send you these pictures. Here, give you my card. I just shot your show for you. Here's my information." And, I'm starting to get more used to the scene and get more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But, that's how I grew, though, as just randomly doing it, and it snowballed from there. So
Yeah. No, I think that's awesome. I mean, somebody just starting off, beats aren't cheap. Especially really good one, top of the line. Somebody's just starting off, just wants to try it out. I think that's a great offer to have.
And that's the other thing too, is
and your variety is so spread. Somebody's bound to find something.
Yeah, I know that they're not perfect. So I'm
I mean, like you're saying with your other stuff though, it's a start,
right?
And you're slow, and you got more on the way. So it's like you keep doing it, it's only going to get better. And people will see they have that bread trail of
exactly
seeing the progress there. So it'd be cool.
That's kind of a multi-phase rollout. Basically, is what I've been doing, because there's so much under my list of what I'm trying to offer. So
yeah, it's better than just like dropping 75 tracks and be like, here you go, and nobody's going to go through all 75. So breaking it up, I think that's a great way to approach it. So looking a little more at the present here, do you have any passions or hobbies outside of Elusive 47?
Other than doing all this, I work on cars, bikes, do carpentry. I mean, I'm always working in some sort of way. I'm just that guy. I grew up on a farm once we moved up here, so I'm used to sun up to sundown, working. So always keeping busy some kind of way. I started to find peace in the music part now, though. So I've, all of the other little things that I used to take up my time, and the things I used to waste time with, I just realized, put that back into this or into the business, and gets me a lot farther. So
yeah, it's good that you can recognize those things. Sometimes people,
I mean, it's
swept away with it.
It's taken me several lifetimes to figure this all out, but
yeah. So who are some of your favorite artists that you've worked with so far?
As far as local artists,
Any artist you've worked with, shot a couple pictures for. Yeah.
Obviously, Warbear and Ace Wild. They're my top. Those are my guys. Cookies and Cream. They were fun shooting the video with. And then Caskey was fun shooting Caskey's show. That was pretty wild. I almost destroyed my camera.
Oh gosh.
They do the poke the water bottle and do during martial law. It was. That was fun though. It was worth it. I got some really dope shots of that water coming right at the camera. So
that's
that was
awesome.
pretty cool. But then so when Warbear and Ace opened up for King ISO, I was shooting that show and I shot the whole show, and Unconventional Kings were on there. And then they had a live like 2 weeks later, and I popped in, and there's this feature where you can play your own videos, and he showed one of the videos that I had took. And so I had commented like, hey, that's fire. And then he pops, he's like, hey, Eagle, I want you to, when we come to Madison with Mayday, I want you to shoot our show for us. I'm like, what? Like me? And then he messaged me, and sure as shit, and so I got hired by Unconventional Kings through doing this for Warbear and Ace. So, and then that led me into working with some other strange artists. So, making stuff for strange music now. Like, officially, not officially, it doesn't matter.
Just agree you're in the sphere. Yeah.
And so that's the whole point though, is I'm growing into it, and that's the big thing with why I do so much work with Warbear and Ace. Is everything I have to show as, hey, look, this is what I can do, is gonna be their stuff. So no matter what, when I'm trying to advance myself, they're right there with me saying, look, this is what I can do. And so they're seeing what I can do, but what are they watching or hearing is there's, so that's part of the trying to get the small guys notice. So.
Yeah, and the more you get recognized too, the same thing's going to come. It'll spread that attention to the people around you. So, I guess I'll ask, what kind of equipment are you using? What kind of camera, things like that?
I just got a Canon.
A Canon?
I was using for my video. I was just using my phone, my Samsung phone. My very first one, I had a Google Pixel. That's what I was using, which. It wasn't horrible, but I mean, it wasn't a great, it was his cell phone. And then I was kind of debating whether I just spend the money on a camera or just get a new phone, because I wanted to shoot Circles video, but I didn't want to do it on my other one. So I'm like, well, I'll just get this one, this Samsung, because it supposedly has one of the greater cameras, which it was decent. But for picture wise, I just had an old Canon, Cyber Shot. It doesn't have a removable lens, it's a fixed lens. It's got a great zoom, but it kind of takes pretty crappy indoor pictures. So before we went to
most concerts usually.
So before we went to Nebraska, or when we went to Nebraska, I had picked up the new camera, or the new Canon, and so that's got the interchangeable lenses. That's a full frame, a legit camera. So I'm using that, and then I use DaVinci for my video editing. And I use Luminar for my photo edits, and I do all that on my laptop, and I do some of it. I started doing all my photo editing on my phone. I started everything off my phone.
Yeah, Boggs, I don't know if you know Boggs, up in Merrill, same thing, off his phone. I'm like, damn, dude, like,
all my videos, my pictures, and I did all my edits on there, everything off my phone up until I started, I bought that.
I gotta ask, how many RAMs do you have on that laptop? Is it 16 or 32?
32.
Okay. Because I've tried using DaVinci on my laptop here, which has 16, and that thing was... It uses 16 minimum, so okay.
Yeah,
you got pretty powerful.
Yeah, it's a LOQ. It's a gaming, like a mid-tier gaming.
Yeah. The gaming ones are honestly the way to go for like any work-wise. Yeah, they got good graphics.
My Beat Pro, I use Mixcraft for my beats. That ran on pretty much any laptop I had. But then I was like, well, I got to figure out what I'm going to use for editing, and it's like, well, I need something better.
Yeah. So. Do you have any advice you wish you could share with yourself when you first started?
This time around, not really. Just keep, be open.
Yeah. You've kind of said, networking has been huge.
And
open door.
I was lucky enough to start with that instead, but I kind of reinforced that. I could have did it a little better at first, but I realized it pretty quickly.
Good.
That's the big
thing. Hey, that's good though. I mean, just kind of started again. So I mean, haven't been doing it too long
Yeah.
this stretch, but it's good that you recognized that right away and went with it. Is there anything you want the listener to maybe take away from your art or what you have been doing out here?
Definitely don't be afraid to be yourself and chase your dreams. That's 100% one thing that I've learned and believe, it's really not just manifesting it and thinking about it and bam, it just appears. It's manifestation, I've realized, is more of a mindset. So you get that in your mind that this is what I got to do to get to where I want to be. You'll get there. Just get the drama and distractions out of your way and focus on your goal and surround yourself with the right people. That's key. That's one thing I definitely want to throw in. Like I said, Warbear and Ace, their energy and vibe, their drive, that just, brought out in me what I thought was dead so long ago,
It's probably got to be hard to be lazy around those.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You're not doing anything and they're out there like traveling the country. You're like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, and that's why I love just hopping right there with them and being right, it's just, that's what you need is that people. You got to have that right circle. That's key, 100%.
Yeah. So looking now, we're going to look at your social medias here. So starting with Facebook, it's at Elusive47ENT. Your bio reads on Facebook, promoter, manager, artist, director, photographer, and producer. Like you said, you did recently have to restart. You got zucked on your previous account. So this one started off on July 13th. Do you have any idea what happened with the old one? Is it just all of a sudden?
And it was really weird because I kind of just feel I suddenly started growing and my engagement went from
of course, perfect time.
Yeah, it went from 6,000 to 32,000 the last time I looked at it within a week and a half, and I didn't have any paid ads or anything.
Damn.
It was just the content I was posting for other people. It started taking off, but it was all organic, and then poof. I was on, monetized page, so they would have to start paying me. It was only a few, $5-10, but, I had no violations or anything like that, and there's no support. It's all AI, so you don't get anything. So I just it's lost cause to try and figure it out.
Well, at least you didn't let that discourage you and just quit, because there's a lot of people out there that'd be like,
I mean, that was a big hit too, because it literally every day, 2-3 times a day, I was posting something for somebody.
You are very active on this page
almost
now,
a
so
year.
I can imagine with that other one.
And it just was, nothing was happening, nothing. And then just within the last, right before that, the month before that, started growing and growing, and then so
damn. So you have this new page here. This is where your artist promotion kind of comes into play. I see you are somebody who will actively share posts for people that you're in the vicinity for, like Rails for Ace Wild, or the Choppa Sings Festival that he recently headlined there, Otis Julius, Four Winds Fest out in Nebraska there. Even sharing some CWHipHop posts, so definitely appreciate that over here. Any share helps, honestly. Any engagement, comment, it all does help. So that, we do appreciate that over here. So I do mean this in kind of a positive way, but I want to ask, why do you feel it's important to share other people's content, even make it a pillar of your Elusive 47?
It just kind of enforces my backbone of, we all win when we work together. I mean, people aren't going to grow if people aren't sharing it. And it costs me absolutely nothing but a fraction of a second to press that button.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Even if I'm not, typing out something or anything, all I got to do is just bam. And now everybody that's looking at my stuff can see theirs too. And if they like it, then they share it, and it just goes on from there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like you said, one of the biggest helps with literally no effort other than just pressing a button. You're scrolling anyways. You're seeing it, so you're either gonna scroll or you're gonna press a button and then keep,
Right.
So that's, just kind of reinforces that, community.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. On July 13th, you made your first post on there, 2024, the first 6 months. This is only the beginning. The original post includes here 53 pictures. Some of them include that you met Kasky, Otis Julius, Unconventional Kings, King ISO, Ritz, the Mid-City Kid, Ace Wild, Dustin Warbear, just to name a few here. You've had a busy year, just half of the year even. So can you tell us about some of these experiences and who you've all seen and traveled with here?
They've been phenomenal, 100%. Definitely not something that I expected. Just going into this. You know, I never did I expect. And what started this?
Who's the craziest one that you're like, damn, I'm meeting this person?
It would have to be probably Ritz.
Yeah.
Because I've followed Ritz for a very long time. You know, he's been out since what 2013-ish or so.
I don't remember much Ritz, but I do remember one song, I Got Pocket Full of Sunshine, something like that. Yeah, I remember playing that one back in high school.
In My Zone.
Yep.
Yep.
In My Zone, yes.
But no, and that's what started it was Ritz. Warbear and Ace were opening up for him. But I had randomly just was scrolling and I had just seen that Ritz was playing in Madison, and it was a couple of days away and I had nothing going on. It was like $20. I'm like, fuck.
Why
not? So I went, and then I ended up meeting him there, and then I met Warbear and Ace, and it was all, you know, it's history from there. But that show, actually, that's why we ended up, Warbear came with, I went down to Iowa to shoot, because I met Noble Poets, also, who opened up, and they liked my stuff. They wanted me to shoot for them. And I was supposed to do a couple shows, but I could only make that one. But we went down to Iowa on one of Ritz's tour shows and shot that, so it was twice in a couple.
Is he Strange Music?
Not anymore. No, he was though. Yeah, okay. When he started, yeah.
Because it looks like you are a Strange Music fan. I mean, you got the patch on there and everything.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed technician here on one of your posts. So you got a few pictures with artists from Strange Music label. I guess Ritz isn't on there anymore. So who has been your favorite artist to meet from Strange Music?
Definitely ISO.
ISO?
He
seems like a cool dude.
He is super laid back. It's cool shit. And the things that he's doing out there with his new label with Project Be Well, with Strawstone, I met him through Ace and Warbear. They went on tour with him. They're just doing some incredible stuff out there. So, but he's definitely big on the, you know, the helping people grow scene too. So
that's huge. Yeah. No, we went and saw his the Ildren tour or whatever out in the Annex, and my girlfriend, she's like, I don't really want to go. I don't know who the hell who that artist is or whatever, and she walked away being a fan of anything I saw after that. I was like, when I saw
he
that,
puts on a crazy
he does.
show too.
His music is phenomenal. His show is phenomenal, and he gained a fan for sure walking away from that show. So it was definitely I've listened to his music for years, you know, back in high school, but never saw him live. So it was cool to finally see him live, and then also have her enjoy it too. So that was definitely one to remember. Who's maybe your favorite Strange artist to listen to?
To listen to, good old Jerry Robinson.
Jerry Robinson. Okay.
Yes, he also was a big part of the start at that Rich show. He opened up, and when I introduced myself, you know, I was telling him what I do. You know, I do promotion. He's like, yeah, you know, keep in touch. We need people like that. You know, I just thought it was something that he, you know, says to everybody.
Right.
And, we ended up messaging me, and we talk quite often. His wife does custom clothing and stuff. And one of the coats that she made for him, I had commented on a post that I liked it. Well, she had made me one just like it, one for me, and instead of having Jerry on it, Eagle on it, but it was an FBA coat.
Cool.
But she made one for Jelly Roll, and that's in the Country Music Hall of Fame right now. When he got inducted, he put that in there for his exhibit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
So, but yeah, she did stuff for Caskey, for Ritz. She does stuff for everybody. But she made a couple more. She had a collection. I helped her promote. She's sending me a couple. I have the guys wear them in videos and stuff. So she made a couple for my daughter too. So.
Nice.
But yeah, no, me and him talk actually quite a bit. You know, so he's cool shit.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about Strange Music. I mean, they're big over in Omaha, Nebraska here. So you went for the 4 Winds Fest with Dustin Warbear, Ace Wild, and 50 Cal. In the post that you posted on Facebook, you said you took over 2,300 pictures with that new camera you got. So kind of, how was this trip? What was that experience?
The trip was insane. It was definitely an experience. I'm glad I got to go. The first night we got down there, you know, we just, they performed the second night. So the first night, you know, it was kind of chill. We just went to the shows. I got my camera before our first show, so I was just taking pictures like crazy. I just put it on fully auto mode, and I was going to town, just trying to figure it out, get my adjustments and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was a great show. You know, we met a lot of cool people. That first night, Joey Cool was there, so we got to meet him. And Tabo and Matt Phoenix, met them a couple times already. They were there also, so that was fun. Then the second night they performed. They put on a killer show. They performed some songs from Cemetery Wind, so that was good.
Nice.
Everybody else that performed put on a killer show too. So.
You were there for 2 days then?
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah, and then the third day there was a full lineup, and then ISO ended it with Tabo and Matt Phoenix and Unconventional Kings.
Nice.
Can't forget them.
Did you guys stay in a nice hotel over there? Or?
We had an Airbnb actually,
Airbnbs.
and it was an experience.
Yeah.
So our first night, was it our first night? I think it was our first night there. The fucking power went out. Yeah,
What?
it was our first night.
What?
When we got back, the power was out. So
Oh God.
yeah, so we're like, all right, well, if it's not on in the morning, you know, we got to figure something else. I ended up getting back on, but Ace was trying to get a hold of the lady, and he couldn't get a hold of her. I mean, it was like 2 o'clock by the time we got back. Anyway, it really wasn't a big deal, but it's like, hey, you know, we're on vacation. This is
What's going
fucking
on?
inconvenient. But no, it was a nice place though. There was AJ went, Seth, me, 50. There were 6 of us, so.
Oh, nice. Yeah, a little group.
Yeah.
With it.
We had we had an issue with the van, so we just ended up renting another car. So we had 2 vehicles. We just drove down, but no, it was a good trip. So yeah, we all had a good time.
Do it again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So going back to Facebook here, circling around, what are your feelings on Facebook as an artist or an artist promoter or anything that you use it for here?
Especially after this last little thing.
Yeah, I can imagine
Facebook
that.
Sucks. I hate it. I shouldn't say that though, because
That's a joke. Facebook,
Yeah.
don't zuck them.
FB. No, I mean it's all right, but it's kind of just taken over with the ads and the AI, and you know,
Yeah.
it's virtually strictly ran by AI. I shared I got a post taken down for spam. I shared your promo for today for the interview.
Really? You got
It got taken down for spam instantly.
Bro.
I put up a review.
Facebook. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I put up a review and they must accepted it because it's still up.
Good. Yeah, because
But-
I saw it posted.
Yeah.
Man. That's wild.
Because I went to comment on it and said this isn't available. I'm like, I literally just posted it. What do you mean? And then I got a thing saying it removed for spam. I'm like, come on.
Bro, that's
So,
wild.
but like that's the thing. It's just they want you to pay now.
100%.
And so it's hard to get your stuff, you know, pushed out there unless you've got a network of a bunch of people that are helping you share stuff and you're sharing yourself. You know, it's good for personal use, but you know, I try to use every outlet I can to get everybody out because not everybody uses everything. So
That's the thing too. Is like there's a bigger following on Instagram for at least CW, and like that's the better platform for it all. But Facebook, for whatever reason, we cannot get Sparklet on it. Share it, you know, whatever frequency, and it's just like 6 people saw this, and we're like,
Yeah.
so disheartened. You're like, come on, like
Yeah.
I don't have $20 to share it to the
Right.
people in the group that I posted it to. Like,
Right.
the idea of the group is you share
Yeah.
it to it, and then the people who are interested in it get to see it.
you're seeing more ads
More
now and
ads,
stuff than your
more like some
people
page
that you're
a page I don't even follow.
Yo.
Still riping on the Drake and Kendrick beef. I'm like, show me somebody like in my friend group. Like
Yeah.
this is wasted space at this point.
yeah.
Yeah, that's that is unfortunate because that used to be the one.
Mhm.
That was supposed to be the king.
I miss
on social media.
MySpace.
Yeah. So I guess just kind of going on a little bit more. How do you use Facebook to maybe grow your base? What are some things you maybe found that worked before you got it?
Groups, posting in a lot of groups.
Mm.
But the thing is though, finding the right groups, because there's a lot of groups named whatever they're named, that whatever you're looking for, that's just somebody over in Korea posting a bunch of spam stuff. And you know, you got to just find the right groups, but you got to be consistent with it. You know, just post in different groups, make sure you're reacting and commenting on other people's stuff too. That's huge. You know,
Okay.
don't just be, you know, just about posting your own thing, and be, you know, engaged with everybody else, and it kind of pushes your stuff more. So
Yeah.
that's what I found. You know, I don't spend hours and hours a day on this stuff, but I make sure to at least once a day, you know, spend a few minutes just going through engaging. You know, even if I'm just engaging, I'll post, you know, one post, and then I'll just engage a little bit. And, you know, that's enough to
You're already
keep
gonna,
it.
9 times out of 10 you're already gonna be on the thing. Just
Yeah.
take one of those minutes or whatever to do
Right.
that. Yeah, I think that's a good approach to it. If you could maybe change one thing about Facebook, what would you want to see done?
Definitely less of the ads and AI.
Yeah.
Make it, you know, bring it back to what it originally was, I guess. You know, just a more of a growing, you know, it's a perfect platform for, especially this business, for people to be, you know, sharing their music, events, stuff like that, and grow. But now it's just so overcome with the ads and all that, and the random stuff that it thinks you want to see, that you don't really get what you want.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I agree with you on that wholeheartedly there. But we're gonna look at Instagram here. Your handle over there is elusive_eagle. Your first post to this page was back on May 4th, 2023. So not that long ago here. It looks like you took a picture close up of your motorcycle with some sunglasses on it. The caption reads, "Knocking around them Tory Pines." Is there anything you want to tell the listener about this first post and what's going on here?
That's what started the whole brand ambassador thing.
Okay.
So those glasses, knock around sunglasses, I took that picture and tagged the brand, and they're like, "Hey, we like this picture. Can we use it?" I was like, "Hey, cool. You know, that's kind of a good idea. You know, maybe there's something to this." And then I started looking into it, and then I found the brand ambassador thing. So that's what started the whole, you know, snowball getting to where we're at now.
Yeah.
As I started doing stuff with them, and I found a couple other brands, and then, like I said, you know, I was making a little money here and there, but you know, I mostly just now I just like fans idea. I do ambassador for them. But I get a discount and I have a code where I get a commission. So all my jerseys and stuff, I just go through them.
Nice.
So I get it cheaper and I get a commission on it.
That's the setup.
Yeah. So kind of work the system that way.
Yeah.
But
Hey, I mean,
you gotta get every cent you can in this business.
You really got it. So you have quite a few car related posts to your Instagram page here. A lot of muscle cars. It looks like a 383 Stroker was a tag on 392 Mopar Charger. Charger. I think I misspelled that there. Not a car guy myself, but I try to talk about it a little bit here. So it looks like you even got some of you wrenching on motors. So are you big car enthusiast?
Yes, I am, and that was kind of where I went from the brand ambassador thing. Was I realized that there's a lot of people that have just these car pages on Instagram, right? And they just post their boring old pictures, you know, and put whatever. So I just would be like, "Hey, you want me to spice those up for you?" And then I'd start doing those edits and stuff, and that's where the Elusive edits came from. As I started doing that for people, just, you know, I'll do 10 pictures for $20. It literally take me 5 minutes, you know, to just do some basic edits and spice up some pictures. Or I do more advanced stuff for a little more, and people started eating it up. So that was kind of my first go at it, was where I kind of got into it. And then the photography stemmed off of that. Like, you know, I can do this with other people's stuff, but
you can take a picture yourself.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather go take pictures myself. And then it's like, hey, you know, I like music, I like concerts, so why don't we just go this route?
Yeah.
So
all right.
That was kind of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've
a few of them.
I've grown up, you know, working on cars. I've always fixed my own stuff and done all that. So.
You ever build your own car?
Yes. Yeah. That actually, the Corvette, gonna be my daughter's first car.
Oh yeah.
So
nice. That'll be exciting.
She's been helping build that for the last couple of years.
Oh, nice. So a lot of your posts have some motivational captions or just motivational in nature to its posts. So do you feel that it's important to spread positivity?
I do. I was, like I said, you know, I wouldn't say I was a very negative person, but I definitely wasn't a positive person. And, you know, it just attracts positivity. You know, you put that out and that's what you get back. You know, I go to meet somebody and I'm trying to introduce myself or whatever it is, and I'm just mopey, you know, sad, whatever. The vibe they're going to get and how it's going to go is not going to be great. But, you know, you're upbeat, you're positive, you want to inspire somebody else, you know, see somebody down, you want to help them up, you know, that's just going to help growth, help things go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think definitely putting out what you want to receive is a good way to go about it. Back on July 26, 2023, you posted a fairly controversial reel here. You were deep in the Packers stands at Lambeau wearing Tennessee Titan fan gear. The caption to the post was that the Titans beat the Packers 27-17. The caption said that the video was a throwback from when you went there and you were excited for the upcoming season. So do you remember that game? And then
yes.
It also looks like it was 18 degrees out.
Yes, it was an extreme. It was a couple days before my birthday, which is why I had to go. My Titans were up here again, and it's just for my birthday, so I needed a win for my birthday, which I got. Happened to be Rodgers' worst game of the season too.
Nice.
So, but no, it was I ended up got pretty good seats. It was a good game though. It was fun. It was funny because I stayed there that night because it was a late game. It was Thursday night.
It looked like it was
but everybody was, you know, oh, you must be lost, or welcome to Wisconsin, or, you know, all these, you know, I mean, everybody was cool. It was cool because everybody was good fun. You know, it was good fun, you know, but it's like, and everybody, every time I said, you know, I'm I've lived in Wisconsin my whole life. You know, I'm from here. They're just like,
You have the wrong jersey. What are you
yeah,
doing?
they're like, the one guy's like, what, did you lose a bet? Like, nope, this is my choice.
So you've been a fan of the Titans for a while there?
They were the Oilers. That's why I am still a Titans fan.
Okay.
Because I was a diehard Oilers fan way back in the day.
All right.
And I just stuck with it.
So how are your feelings on Instagram as an artist or an artist promoter?
I like it set up a little better. It seems like the more you pay, the better you're gonna get your growth. But
seems like social media.
Yeah, that's just the nature of the beast now. I still avoid that. You know, I've just let my numbers grow. You know, I'd rather grow steady, slowly, and know who I'm growing with than blow up and have a bunch of fake, you know, people who I don't even know or don't even really know or care about what I'm really doing.
Yeah, not really invested into it.
Yeah. So, but as far as being able to grow on there and post and sharing your stuff, I think that's a little better than old FB.
Yeah, just being on Facebook for like CW's profile and scrolling through Facebook's feed versus scrolling through CWHipHop's Instagram feed, I see way more of the people I'm interested in.
Right.
And it's way easier to like network with people on there because you're not interacting with ads half the time. Which is, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely sad to see that happen. But how do you use Instagram maybe to grow your fan base? What are some things you use there?
Mostly I like to do just reels. I've found that reels are kind of what's being pushed the most. I found that also YouTube shorts, since that's kind of a new thing, they're trying to boost that. So doing that also helps. But I also like, you know, just the ease of tagging, sharing, just it's a good flow of stuff.
Yeah. If you could maybe change one thing about Instagram, what would you want to see done?
I don't know, I just a little less paid stuff. A little more easier to grow without having to pay.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed that a lot of my engagement is non-followers, but that's mostly because all the tags and stuff, I'm doing stuff for other people. So
yeah, got to try and pull those people in and follow you. All right, so looking at YouTube here, your YouTube channel is Elusive 47 Entertainment. Your first video on the channel was uploaded December 21st, 2023. You were giving a 1-month review to the Pluto watch from S-Force Watches. You have a discount code on there, so that was kind of the brand ambassadorship that you're promoting to your other social medias as well. So how I guess if somebody was maybe looking into a brand ambassadorship, how'd you get into that? Just
I kind of just realize, I mean, there's a lot of companies, virtually every company offers it in some kind of way. A lot of them, you can just go to their website and they'll have a little thing that just says join our team or ambassadorship or something like that, whatever. Some of them you got to email. I eventually worked out the formula of the right way to say what you need to say. Essentially, you just need to pitch to them how you're going to make them money. And, you know, you
speaking their language.
Yeah. And they're like, hey, okay, we'll send you some free stuff. And that's just how that goes. I mean, you got to, you know, follow through with it and be able to pull some sales. That's why I've just stuck with the jerseys and S-Force, because that's what I got the most sales off of. So,
yeah.
But, I mean, it literally takes me 20 minutes a week, and I get a commission off of any sales that use my code, and whoever uses the code gets a discount. So,
yeah, works out for everybody there. Do you still have the ambassadorship with S-Force? I see you have. Is that one of them?
Yep. Yeah, that's one of them.
Let me see that one's. Ah, damn, that's clean.
It's one of the originals.
Does that one turn?
Yep.
Okay, so I saw that in this video. So what is that about? Because I was curious.
It's a time marker.
Time marker. Okay. Okay. Was this your first ever video uploaded to YouTube, or have you had something
on this channel? Yeah, I actually did music videos and stuff back in the day.
Okay. Are they're still up there?
They're still floating around.
Okay. I didn't dig that deep into it, but maybe next time you come in, we'll have to try and find those. So your first music video you released was uploaded April 1st, 2024 for My Fight by Ace Wild, Dustin Warbear, and 50 Cal here. Did a great job in this video. How was it shooting that one?
That one was fun. So it kind of came about really randomly. After that show, the Mid-City show, where we kind of figured out that me and Warbear lived pretty much neck and neck, I went and shot a video for him, and then he was like, "Hey, we got this EP coming out, and we were thinking about trying to shoot a video for it called My Fight, and we thought it'd be cool if we could do it in a boxing ring or something, but we can't find anybody. We're just trying to figure out how to do it." And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool." And then I was thinking about it. I'm like, what better opportunity than right fucking now to do some cool shit? So I got on, I was looking for gyms and stuff, and I found Rising Sun, I believe it is, right up over here.
Oh, in Massa here?
Yeah, right a couple blocks away. Just cross tracks.
Okay.
There's a couple of them, but
that was the one. Yeah.
That's the one that answered. And I said, "Hey, I'm shooting a music video, and I need a ring. Can we come shoot there?" It's like, "Oh, we're just about to tear down our octagon, but if you can come this weekend, yeah, nobody's gonna be here." It's like, what time? It's like, I called them. I knew they were asleep. I knew Warbear was sleeping because he had worked, and I called him, and he didn't answer, but I was so fucking excited. I'm like, "Guys, guess what? And I'm like, "So I just got us a gym for my fight video." And then they're like, "No way." I was like, "Yeah." So then we went there and shot there. I'm like, "All right, so we're going to do some other stuff, some other shooting." And then I'm like, "Hey, let's go to this park here." And we went in the Marathon Park over there, the basketball, the cage.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, "Hey, that would look cool. A good transition between the cage, the ring cage, and then get you guys outside behind this cage. That kind of flows." And because it was just one kind of big random thing. I had this idea in my head, but it didn't go that way.
Right.
But I mean, it worked, and I was happy with it. They were happy with it. So
that's kind of nuts that it was like, "Hey, we're about to tear this down."
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and then so I threw him $50 when he left there. I was like, "Hey, do you need any fights promoted or anything? Just let me know. That's what I do." And went on from there.
That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. That's awesome.
And that's kind of what gave me the ambition though and confidence to be like, "Okay, I'm gonna be this facilitator. I'm gonna be the one that hooks these guys up with these things.
That is a crucial
they got
key, dude.
They got this idea and
Yeah.
they don't know how to get it. Well, I'm gonna be the one that figures out how to do it." And that kind of solidified that moment there. So.
That's awesome. June 1st, then 2024, this year, you released a music video with Dustin Warbear's track "Stay," another well done video. So how was it filming and editing this one?
That was actually technically my very first one.
Okay.
First professional video, I'll say.
Okay.
So, and that's the second version because the first version was crap. So yeah, we that was kind of just a whim of the moment thing. Warbear was talking about, "Hey, because we just found out we live close." He's like, I need to add some music videos to my portfolio." And I was like, "Well, I kind of want to get into it, so let's just see how it goes." And we went and shot that, and then we ended up recording Reapers that night too. So, but yeah, no, that was fun. I mean, I didn't spend a whole tremendous amount of time on it, but it got me into it, enough where I was like, yeah, this is definitely something I want to put more into, because I just did that one on CapCut off my shitty phone that I recorded it on.
Damn, that was
Yeah, so I mean, that was 100% amateur in every way, just full whim, just, "Hey, this is what I'm gonna do today." And so I was like, okay, I think I might want to try and get serious about this and start getting decent equipment and taking lessons and watching videos and figuring this out. So
yeah, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you got to start somewhere, and it's cool to have like that first trial of, let's see how this goes. And you said that was the second edit of it all. Okay, so what happened? You edit it first, and you're like, takes weren't good, or
and I just the way I shot it with my phone. When I pressed record, I still had my phone up, so then when I turned it to record, it kept recording in horizontal, even though I was holding it like this. So then when I tried to use that, I just cut that, and it was really bad. It was just horrible. And then I figured out how to flip it and make it work, and then I just redid it quick and went back through some of the edits.
Yeah, at least you're able to recognize that and do it. Well, then 1 week after that, you released another music video with Dustin Warbear and Cookies and Cream's song "Circles." I really like this one. The locations you picked and how you stitched them together was actually really well done. I did mention to that when they showed me that. But how was it shooting this video and editing?
That one,
I recognized some of the locations.
So yeah, that one was definitely a fun one. We had a fucking blast that day. I mean, it literally was just us walking out to the quarry and screwing around in the woods, like, and I'm like, hey, we're gonna shoot this scene right here, right now. It was I believe it was Brandon's idea for the circle, the rock circle.
Oh yeah.
Because somebody had a heart or whatever they had out there, and they're like, what if we made a circle with circles? And I'm like, no, let's go. And because then we were like, yeah, and then we can go up there, because the original plan was to do that and then have them wrap in there. Then I was going to go up and shoot from there, but it was way too far away.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't have looked good at all. So, but we still made it work doing it right there. But, yeah, no, that was fun. I definitely like that.
Yeah, the quarry's a good spot to shoot. And I was joking with them, but like it felt like a Wisconsin music video.
Right.
Like it was the scenery. It's not major city, like you're in the woods.
Yep. And they said too, why don't we try, making the beginning and the end the same, so it's, goes full circle. And I kept that in mind the whole time, and then, until I was editing, I didn't realize it. I had that scene of them going from the trees, like how it starts. They walk out and then they get shot back. Well, there's 3 times they do that. They go through, and then there's a video, and then the last scene is the last time they're coming out. So it's like the whole video happens in between that time of them coming back from going, like they walk through, get sent back, what the hell, walk through again. Now they're in this video, and then they get kicked out, and then video ends. Well, that was kind of the whole concept of that part there. So
yeah, no, bravo on that one. That one was really
that one was
really good. Looking at TikTok now, so your TikTok handle is Elusive_Eagle, but your nickname on there, I do want to mention here, is Dixon Cider, and I did laugh at that. I was looking for your handle at first. I was like I have Elusive here, but it doesn't say his name out there. But I did want to make sure I included that in the interview here. So you post over there fairly regularly.
I don't use it that much. I mean,
there's quite a bit shared to it, at least. Your highest viewed TikTok has about 34,000 views on it, and that was one where you stitched together the fire truck with 2 perspectives sliding down the road after an ice storm. It's not an original footage, but I do agree with one of the comments on there that it was nice to have them put together finally.
And that was why I did it too. I seen it blowing up. I'm like, bro, somebody needs to put these fuckers together. I can do that in like 5 seconds. So I was like, quick. I just did it quick, slapped it back out there. I'm like, watch this blow up, and it's like, cool.
Any thoughts on why that one blew up? Was it just
because it was just timing?
Yeah,
it was.
That's half of it, honestly.
And I hit that right away. I just happened to see both of them one after another. I'm like, why aren't these together? And then
it's kind of like literally work right together.
Yeah, and then I was just thinking something else too at the time when I was doing it, so it was just like, let's do this quick.
Yeah.
So.
You do have quite a few videos on your TikTok, a few open verse challenges to the beats that you've made. Do you have a favorite TikTok that you've made, or are they just kind of?
Nah, I just kind of just throw them on there after I just figured, like I said, get out every way and everywhere you can. Sometimes those challenges seem to take off if you got the right one going. So
yeah. What are your feelings on TikTok as a artist or artist promoter?
Like I said, I stopped. I really actually never used it that much. I don't know. It just seemed
people told you had to use it.
Yeah. And so I was just like, no, I don't need to. So, but I've just gone more active with it now, just as a way to some people don't have everything.
Right.
Some people are strictly this or that or this. So the more you got out on every platform, the better off you are. So
yeah,
I try to get everything from everybody out on all of them. Get the most out of it for everybody.
Is there anything you'd maybe want to see changed to TikTok?
It seems like that's more of the pushing like the kind of bogus stuff than the actual.
What do you mean bogus?
I guess just the junk, the quick spam, the consumer spam, or the staged fake reels, and the just kind of the bullshit. So
yeah, I agree with you.
I mean that's like I said, that's all of them.
Yeah.
So.
I try to avoid TikTok just because it is an addictive platform, and I know myself where I would just spend all my time on there. At least with Instagram Reels, I can scroll and then go through the reels and then
Right,
back
back
out,
out,
and then
yeah.
back to like Facebook or Instagram and then back out from there. There's a bit of a better off ramp, I feel. Versus like 3 hours on behind. I'm like, shit, I didn't do anything I was supposed to after work here. All right, but looking a little bit at the future here, 5 years out, where do you want your endeavors to lead you?
Hoping to be a facilitator of up and coming artists in the state, in the area. You know, I've met a few people that are kind of doing similar things that I'm doing. Justin Strawstone, I don't know if you know who that is.
Yep, my friend.
But I kind of want to be to Wisconsin what he is to Nebraska and the Midwest. You know, I don't know him, his whole complete story, but I know enough of him that, you know, he's what I'm kind of going to be, you know, a facilitator, help the little guys, put everything together, you know, find the shows for these guys, get them linked up, connect, you know, somebody you think this guy and this guy will be good, let's get them connected and make something happen, you know. That's my end goal, is I want to be, you know, just a big name and getting the little guys somewhere where they want to be without having the worry or hassle of having somebody holding something on them or just trying to take them for a ride. You know, I'm not doing this. I mean, yeah, obviously getting paid is a goal, but I'm not doing this to get rich, you know.
It'd be cool to support your life on it.
Yeah.
I think that's
what everybody's goal
yeah.
is. But I work a full-time job. I do other side things, side hustles, you know, like this isn't, you know, my life doesn't depend on this, so yeah, it does cost me, you know, time and money, but it's a investment I'm willing to make for that, you know, 5 years, 10 years down the road, whatever it takes, you know. Ace Wild, whatever it takes.
Do you have any short-term goals you may be working towards at the moment?
I just want to keep seeing these guys crush it and keep getting out and growing. You know, the more big name people that I can meet and work with, it's better off for not only me but everybody else, just because it's easier to be like, you know, if they got a show in the area, they're gonna want, you know, now every time Unconventional Kings come through on a tour, they're calling me for photography, and usually those tours need openers. So if I find out ahead of time, I'm like, hey, I got my guys over here, they're rocked, ready to go. They, you know, they'll kill the stage, you know, so let's go, you know. So
yeah, no, I think that's good. Keep working what you're doing. Yeah, those goals will
keep us growing. That's all I want to see.
So let's assume Warbear and Ace go on tour. They bring you along. You're gonna be on the tour bus for, you know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. All the basics are included. What are 2 items you would want to bring on the tour bus with you? Essentials included, you know, cell phone, water, food, things like that. So
let's see. Two things. Have to have probably one of these stupid vapes.
That's a necessity. That's included.
Oh man, honestly, I don't know.
What would you want to do? You know, you're on the road for a while, keep you occupied. You're like, this would be cool to do with the guys on the bus or something, but
I don't know. I honestly couldn't think of anything we wouldn't be doing besides working.
Yeah.
Writing, working, doing some kind of...
You said you gamed, maybe not recently, but like say you had some time. What console would you want to bring?
Xbox.
Xbox? Okay.
Yeah, I was an Xbox.
What's a game you would want to try out maybe?
COD would probably be fun with them.
Yeah. Do you have a Prime COD that you...
Not entirely.
No, just a COD?
Yeah.
Okay.
Played a lot of GTA though for a while, and then Hitman, like a lot of RPGs.
RPGs are the way to go. I agree with you. All right, if you could meet one celebrity currently alive, who would you want to meet?
Probably Tech.
Tech? Yeah. That'd be a cool one to meet. If you were the governor of Wisconsin and had the power to change one thing about the state, what would you want to see done?
I don't want to say legalize weed because that's just cliche.
Dude, I'll tell you, the amount of people that come on here and say it's like, it's a go-to, but
I mean,
at this point, it's like, it's an easy fruit. You could grab it.
Right.
Any political win you want, it's there.
Right. I would honestly look a little more into rights and protections and copyrights and stuff like that for smaller independent artists and stuff, because that's something that I see and hear of a lot.
Do you have an example of what you might want to see protected?
I mean, just more of, there's a lot of people that don't really know like how they're protected and how they're covered under, you know, certain common laws when they just put something out, or, you know, just covering their own stuff, or, you know, really penalties or repercussions for people that are, you know, more strict for people who are going like continually going out of their way, screwing people over, you know, stuff like that. You know, that's something that just never gets looked at.
Yeah, so maybe bring more awareness to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that'd be a good one. If you could point the listener to one of your artworks, whether it's a beat, music video, or anything else after this interview, what would you want to direct them to?
Definitely one of the videos, any one of them. Circles or My Fight. I'd say long time, but War Bear's sitting on that one still. Yeah, no, I'd say I'd have to go with Circles. I think. And My Fight was good, but Circles was after it, and I had a little more finesse to that one. I think that one's probably my top one out right now.
Okay. So as we approach the end of the show, I do have one more question for you. And what is something that separates you from the pack of, you know, kind of doing your own thing, but, you know, somebody who might be compared to you? What makes you unique in that sense?
I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for every one of you out there, all you independent artists who are out there all day, all night, you know, busting ass at a 9 to 5, going home, dealing with family stuff, being stressed out, and then taking that 5-10 minutes you got and write down some lyrics, thinking about it all day. You know, you're not going unseen. I mean, you may think that, but numbers don't matter. And that's one thing that I've been hearing at every one of these shows I go to by all these big time artists too, is numbers don't matter. Stop getting caught up in that. Don't be afraid to do you and do your stuff, and don't sit on it. You know, you put a song together, don't wait, you know, months to put it out.
Right.
Just do it. You know, just because you think that something's not right doesn't mean that somebody else isn't gonna say, hey, this is the best thing I've ever heard. So
yeah,
I think that's pretty much it. I'm not, yes, this is a business and I need to make profit and grow, but profit isn't always a monetary thing. You know, what I've been paid by Warbear and Ace is, you can't put a number on it in money. I mean, in the experiences and the situations that I've been put in and allowed to work in, and the people I've met, you know, that's just as good as them paying me thousands of dollars to do all the stuff I do for them.
Yeah.
So
those opportunities are priceless.
And that's the key, is opportunities are few and far between, but when they come, gotta seize them.
Real quick here in the chat, know what happened to the beard? Big Fat Tony asks. Yes, I am DJ Credit Union, stepping in for Bank until he's back in a couple of weeks. We had a shaving accident and there were some casualties, so we are moving forward with it, but it'll be back. Yeah, it's you know what, it's going to be one of the hotter weeks here in the summer, so I figured any better time to do it is now. So we're rocking it here. I'm just as sad as you are. They did not get donated to charity. I don't even know where I'd take that if I did, but yeah, it'll be back soon. But so we are here at the end of the show, end of the interview. I want to open up the floor here. You brought some notes too, so I'm curious if we didn't touch on anything, what's something you might want to talk about, anything we missed, you know. Yeah, let's get into it here.
No, actually, we pretty much covered everything that I wanted to.
That's what I like to hear. I covered it all.
Yeah.
So awesome. Anything we should be on the lookout for here within the...
I just finished the video for Come Find Me, which is also on the Cemetery Wind EP for Dustin Warbear, Ace Wild, and 50 Cal. So that will be out probably within next week.
Next week, okay. And that's being dropped to your YouTube.
Yes, that'll be on YouTube. It'll be on all medias, but YouTube for sure will be the premiere. I might just do clips, but on the other stuff. But yeah, and then yeah, me and Ace are planning on doing a couple solos for him, and we're gonna keep grinding out some stuff. Got a couple more shows coming up. I believe they got one on the 17th in Green Bay. I will be there shooting next month, August. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll have to be on the lookout for that. We'll share it to our stories and all that too. So make sure, yeah, you let us know, and we'll get it posted up for you there. But that's the end of our interview here with Elusive Eagle, Elusive 47 Entertainment, episode 132. Appreciate everybody popping in here for that. We will be uploading this here shortly, probably by Wednesday or so. We'll get it to Spotify, Apple Music, all that, wherever you stream your playlist, your podcast and all that. So definitely check that out. Drop your socials again real quick. Where can everybody follow you at? Just Elusive.
Facebook, Elusive Eagle or Elusive47ENT. Instagram, TikTok, Elusive_Eagle. YouTube, Elusive47 Entertainment. And on Spotify at Elusive Eagle.
Yes, and make sure you give us a follow at CWHipHop on Facebook, Instagram. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram at BVNC925. Thank you so much for making the interview.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, got to learn a lot about what you got going on. I'm excited to see where all this takes you and the opportunities you get in the future here. Thank you to our sponsors as well, Reverb Music Fest for helping this. Elusive 47, as always. We have Garke Global, Halliewood Recording Company, Halliewood Entertainment, Chop Shop Barbershop. Am I missing one? No, I believe we got them all there. But appreciate all of our sponsors. If you want to find more about them, they do help make all this possible. So go to our homepage, CWHiphop.com. You'll see pictures of their logos and what they do, links of all their stuff. Just click the picture. It'll take you to wherever they wanted us to direct you. Go if you got, you got some cover art you want done. Hit up Elusive. If you got a music video or you need something drone footage, Garke's got you with the drone. You need a haircut before your music video, go to Chop Shop Barbershop. Halliewood Entertainment, you want to get on a show, they got their Fall Jam Fest coming up. Definitely hit them up. They got a lot of shows going out there. There's a lot of ways that you guys can go to these sponsors. Halliewood, you can get your song mixed by them. There's lots of different ways, so we appreciate all of them here for helping make this possible. We really couldn't do it without them, and all the artists that we have on the station as well. I might make a point of this too. I think we're probably the biggest artist supported station in the area. Absolutely. At least. So it's cool to be like a part of that, and like having all of you involved with it. It's really directed around the artists here and what they got going on. So appreciate everybody. Thank you to Vester and Eric with the Glock for signing up again. If you want to join them, play your music on the live DJ here and all that, just go to CWHiphop.com/submissions to find links to how you send your music in, some of the benefits on that as well. Our new music Monday post is coming out tomorrow. Playlists are updated on Tuesday, so make sure you guys check that out. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud. If you want to get added to that, you just have to make Hip Hop in Wisconsin. We'll get you added to the playlist for that. Just DM us on Instagram, or you can fill out the form at the bottom of our website, CWHiphop.com. Next interview is going to be with Big Fat Tony. He was here in the chat. Appreciate you popping in here. But that's going to be August 11th, so make sure you guys are here for that. I think that's 2 weeks out from now. It's crazy we're already in August. Nuts how fast the summer's been flying. A bunch of concerts though you guys can still go to. If you haven't been to a concert yet this year, definitely go check one out. They're great networking opportunities. Great way if you want to get on a stage, instead of hitting up the promoter and be like, yo, I'm fire, you should put me on your show. They're going to read that, like it, move on with their day. Go to the show, don't corner them, but like confront them and be like, hey, I like what you got going on. I make music too. I'd be interested in performing on your next show. Here's my socials. You make that connection. It's more of a face-to-face. You got a way better opportunity getting on a show than if you were to just hit them up online. But check out CWHiphop.com/concerts. There's a ton of information on there, past shows, so you can find out who's maybe promoting shows in the area. We got show promoters, so if you're a show promoter in Wisconsin and want to get added to that, we direct people over there so they can hit you up. They can go to some shows and network there as well. But go to CWHiphop.com/concerts for all that. But that's all we got for the show here. Again, appreciate you making it in, Elusive.
Yeah,
we're going to be keeping up with what you got going on here. We're going to be checking out that YouTube video you got coming out here as well. So appreciate you. But until next week, guys, you guys have a good one. Peace.